Well, well, well. Welcome back to Veteran Idiot. I'm Art, this is Oscar, and this is some frosty goodness that we're about to put in him. So you may be asking, well, Thanksgiving just passed. Why are you gonna put air conditioning in it now? Well, because what's the temperature in the shop right now? That's right, it's still 90 degrees at the end of November in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's why we're putting air conditioning in. I've had these boxes for a while, been waiting to sort out the issues with Oscar. Now we got the boxes with the parts, compressors, condensers, mounting brackets, the whole 9 yards from Vintage Air. So without further ado, let's break into these boxes and see exactly what we got. Start with this little guy here. What you got, little guy? A box within a box. Who would have known? Oh, it's kind of like those children's games, so you know exactly what's going on. What's in box number 1, kids?
What's in the box?
I'm gonna go out on the limb and say that inside this box, this mystery box, question mark, there's a compressor. Let's find out. What? Hopefully there's nothing I need in there. I probably shouldn't poke a hole. Yeah. Oh, sucker's heavy. Why is it glued to the bottom? Okay, so this is in here really well. As you can see, there's a compressor. Looks to be like a GM compressor, maybe Corvette. I'll look and see what exactly part numbers we got on here to know exactly what this guy is. That doesn't tell us anything. All right, so let's keep looking. It is a decently sized compressor too. All right, what is in box number 2? Oh boy, where to start on this? Let me bring you in here. All right, so let's dig around. We got some ducts on top of ducts. Looks like a air box that we're gonna put together. Yep, air box. And some bracketry, some instructions, who needs those? Oh, what's in this box, inside of a box? Come on, open up. Let's open up. Yeah, I see knobs and stuff, so we're gonna go with control panel. That's what we'll go with on that one. Oh, yep, it says control panel right down in there. Okay, control panel. Some more boxy stuff, some more pipes, brackets. There's the whole fan box, everything goes inside. Sweet. Because everything that's in there right now is non-functional. So if I didn't mention, this guy is a factory AC truck, so it still has all that stuff in there. The only thing it doesn't have is the compressor and lines. The condenser's still on the front here. We're gonna get rid of all that. Start fresh, all the way back, firewall, under the dash, everything. Brand new, functional, air conditioning, late model version. And Vintage Air is known for that and doing it very well, so that's why we went with them. Okay, what else we got? Lots of things and stuff and parts and things and stuff and parts. Cool. All right, we're gonna slide this to the side. Let's open this guy. Bubbles for free, comes with the parts. Some more wiring, pressure switches, mounting bracket. This one says 15 Camaro top, so I would assume that's the one that they thought was best for this vehicle. Condenser and some hoses. Cool. Well, all right. let's dig into these instructions. I mean, man doesn't need instructions. Man. All right, so one of the first things I gotta do is I gotta start clearing out all the old stuff that's in here. The evaporator and condenser boxes gotta come out and get tossed, or not condenser, but the blower box and evaporators gotta get pulled out, tossed, because we've got a new one that came with that system. Yeah, so we're gonna take that evaporator box and blower box and get rid of it, because the new system has it all in one piece and there'll be block off plates or something along those lines. This is new to me, so that all comes out according to the instructions. And we're gonna take out the condenser and the dryer back behind the grill here. They say to take out the radiator. I'm gonna try and just take off the shroud and tilt the radiator forward. It's probably just safer to take it out. All right, so I'm gonna drain the whole system. I gotta pull the heater hoses off anyways to get that box out of here, so. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Roll that beautiful time-lapse footage, Sheila. All right, I ripped out all the stuff here on the inside. Did the three things that I normally don't do. Read the instructions. Usually don't ever do that. I removed the radiator when they asked me to. I almost never do that. And I removed the inner fender when they asked me to. This will be the first time I've ever done that. But anyways, it's all out now. So what I'm gonna do is start scraping all this crap off the inside of the firewall here, and then we will move on with our project. So here we are in this awesome adventure I've decided to take us on, which involves taking the entire dash out. Now, I really don't have to take the shell out and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure maybe this is part of the cabin. You can't, I don't know. GM guys, comment below, let me know if this shell comes out as well. But had to take the cover off the gauge cluster, the control panel out of here, and the cigarette or ashtray is supposed to come out, but that sucker will not come out. I can't get it out. Also comment down below, and if you know how to do that, so I'll know for future reference and I don't have to mess with that as much anymore. Glove box to come out. Then that whole assembly, ducts and everything drops out, and the new one goes up in its place. I don't remember if the dash pad has to come off. I'll look that up. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna get back at this because this dust is disgusting, and I want to try and get as close as I can to getting this all disassembled before dark, and then we'll hit it again in the morning. Wish me luck. Here I go. Okay. Dash pad does need to come out. Sweet. Hopefully it's just these front screws and then one on either side. I think that's all that holds it in there. I'm certainly gonna find out. If it's one thing GM likes to do, they like to put screws everywhere. Everything. They got you covered. Might need a stubby for this guy. Come on out, little feller. All right. Oh, let's go to the other side. Oh, Mother of Jehovah. Ooh. Okay, what's holding it on over here? Nothing? Really? It's just gonna. Oh, that's it. Oh, all that. Oh. That is bad noises. Wow. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this was not properly screwed back in the last time it was removed. Wow. There's so much room for activities. So these factory defrost ducts, oh, it's so nasty up here. got to come out. These speakers are toast. Don't even know what to do with this. Into the bed. Whoa. Might see about getting some new speakers to throw in there while we got this pad out. Probably not. All right, let's go ahead and get this whole kit and caboodle dropped out. And go. Set that there. Say a clip that doesn't go to anything. Okie dokie. The screws are already out of this guy. Now I just need to take them out of that guy. Some sort of clip. All right, that's it. That's it. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, that one is held up by that screw in the middle. Fell back behind, we'll never see that again. For sure. That's out, that's out. And this is the ducting down here for this. All right, that duct is out. Now this guy, and this guy, and all of that, guys. This kick panel, this vent's gotta come out too. Nozzle, take care of that too. And then it just gets a block off plate behind it. You can keep the cover, throw it back on, but in all seriousness, why? Now be honest, do y'all just tune in to watch me fail and then struggle to get all this stuff out of here? Or are you rooting behind me the whole time? Ow! Or you just like to see me watch hurt myself? That's pretty common. What the friggity friggin' friggers? I don't understand. It don't make no good sense. Well, all right then. It's a different size. You are so beautiful to me, even though you're a square body Chevy. It's all kinds of like revving and stuff going on in the background outside. Sounds like everybody else is having a grand old time gearing up for Thanksgiving. What do you guys generally like to do? Turkey or ham? Or like a brisket? I've heard of briskets before. Or do you go like do an Asian buffet somewhere, like Christmas Story? Just come out of there. Nobody wants you in there anymore. You just come right out. No reason to stay. Being evicted, get lost. My word, just come out. That was fun. Usually disassembly is the easy part with most projects. Not just this air conditioning, but like most of anything, disassembly is the easy part. Hoping that's not the case, because thus far, disassembly has been less than pleasant. Mostly because I don't like working under dashes. It's not because it's been like crazy hard or anything. It's just bolts are kind of hidden. And you're like always cutting your hand and stuff. I'm whining like a little, you know what, that's all right. I'm allowed to. I'm actually kind of trying to hurry a little bit too. I want to get inside, make my finest mac and cheese and tuna. You heard me right. Sit down, drink a beer, and watch the Suns game. So disassembly is on my mind. What on earth? Oh, there's a screw. All right. So there's a block off plate for that. I assume it goes on the back of this rather than this round shape, because the one that's in there doesn't look round, it looks flat like this. So I'm gonna take a look at that instructions again, but I'm pretty sure it screws up to the back of this. For sure. And this little guy goes away. Okay, let's see if we can drop this guy. How's it hold on? How are you held up there? Oh, there's a bolt. Bolt, bolt, double bolts, triple bolts, quadruple bolts, 3/4 and a half bolts. I am gonna have 7,000 screws left over after this, guaranteed. I don't even know what this zip tie was for. It's holding something. Get out of here. What are you hung up on? What's the matter? Oh, God. That's what I was breathing. Oh. Oh, see, it was easy to take that out. Came right out. I think the cigarette lighter still works. That one does not appear that it wants to come out. I'm actually really surprised I got that out. It's out. Got some cuts on my arm. We're good. Keep on rolling. Let's get this thing out of here. Ooh, what about the rest of this? Oh, that's it? That's all we're looking at? It just comes right out? Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Come on out. How in the world? There it goes. God. Gross. Okay, it is all out. I'm gonna spend some time to clean up some of this, the vacuum lines, stuff like that. But that's gonna be it for tonight. We'll hit it again first thing in the morning, get this thing reinstalled. Reassembly should be pretty straightforward, so I don't think it'd be bad. I think we'll be good. The kit looks pretty awesome, so back at it in the morning.
Day 2.
Good morning. It's time to get back on this guy. We're gonna install all of this stuff. Who's ready for that? Yay! Okay, so I installed the block off plate. It's over there drying. You just put a bead of RTV around the inside, screw it on. Now I gotta put these defrost vents up in here, and they get these little U plates to hold them in place. Oh yeah, get in there. Them don't fit very well in there. It's kind of a little angular section on this side over here. Don't want to fit down in there very well. All right, is there a right and left? You got is it a right and left? No, same part number, samesies. All right, same thing. Boop, putting in the screws. Putting in the screws, boss. All right, so right now I'm gonna jump ahead. I gotta put in a block off plate down there for the fresh air. And then I got to put a plate over the firewall that has all the holes that need to be drilled and everything else. So that'll go on. We'll mark all the holes, we'll drill those out, and then we'll jump right back into it with you. Ow! Oh, ah. All right, so the block off plates are on. Grommets are installed. You have to drill holes in the firewall and notch the upper portion up here on the top. It's just to clear the actual box that goes in there. But now we get to install this bad boy, but first we got to put it together. So I'm going to throw some parts on it. And then we can slap it under the dash. And then that's really the hard part. The rest of it's just hooking up the compressor and then getting the lines to the right length and then having them crimped. And then we can start filling her up. Maybe. All right, so we got to start by putting together all the doors and plenums and well nuts and all that other business. It goes on here. Whoa, chair! Come with me, there we go. So there is a dash plenum that goes on this side and it gets some clips. And then there is a floor plenum that goes on this side and it gets some clips. So let's go ahead and do dash plenum. This is fun, you know, it's kind of like a kit car, one of those things that you build as kids. You know what I'm talking about, don't act like you don't know. So far, I mean, this entire thing has been great. Next, we got the floor plenum, goes on the back side here. All right, that's the floor plenum. The froster. There we go. All the plenums are on. Good to go. GTG. Haha! I found one. This guy goes right up in here. Apparently these are under pressure, so you gotta watch out. They'll snap off and kill you. I don't know. It just says they're under pressure, so be careful. That's what it says. Sure is. Now I just gotta find the heater one. It's in here somewheres. This looks like it, heater hardline. All right then. Okay, now that's all done. We can move on, eh? We gotta install some other stuff, eh? Some brackets and stuff, you know, eh? Canadians know what I'm talking about, eh? So a couple of well nuts go in these holes here, and then this bracket goes over the top, just like that. Bam. All right, let's go inside. Yeet. So, I don't know how on these earths I am supposed to hold this up in here and put those bolts in. The ones that are all the way out there. I am going to give it a valiant effort. I can't guarantee anything though, but we're going in. Don't mind the sound of bending and breaking things. It's not important. How does one get this through the firewall? Let's take a look. All right, back to what we were doing. Take these caps off, the way they can fit through. Let's go take a look, see where we're at now. Okay, we're poking through on a couple of them. Just need some assistance going through on the last. There we go. I think we're in. Now I just need something to hold this up. What is gonna do that for me? That'll do. Ha! Just shove the ashtray down between it. Hold it up there. See what we got out here. We are through on the majority of it. One screw in. Can you believe it? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm pretty adamant about doing this on my own. Not because I don't want help, but because I feel like some things are better learning experiences when you have to do it all by your lonesome. See where we're at now. Bam. Both bolts in. Incredible. I did not think that was happening. And there we go. We're through. I didn't see any grommets for this, the heater hoses. We'll figure that out at another time, but it's in. Those bolts went right in. I just put a little jack underneath it to hold it up, put it right in. Gotta put the drain hose through and finish bolting it up on the inside. There's a couple self-tappers that go up under the cowl and tap in, but at first I gotta make sure this is level, that way it can drain appropriately. Then that box is in and we can start running the duct and the wiring. Let's make sure this box is level, tighten it down. Level left to right. Cool, 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 cool. Bolt it up. Ain't going nowheres. That is all in there. Good to go. All right, what's next? I think it's the drain. Let's go find out. So this is what it looks like under the dash so far. Got the defrost ducts here. And then on the front here is all of the dash vents. And then the floor comes out behind here as well, but it's a pretty tight fit right here in the front. I'm curious to see what the glove box looks like with it up. Need to put in that kick panel block. The drain is done and out there, and everything else is done on the outside. I think the other holes where the heater hoses come through will be blocked by the heater hose, and I think that's what they're hoping for. We'll see when we get the heater hose on it. We're rounding the bend. Now we just got to run all this ducting. That should be fun. Okay, bye.
A3.
Good morning. Been a couple days. Turkey coma has subsided. Thanksgiving was good, thanks for asking. This morning we got the Lord's Winter Edition Peach Cinnamon. Or no, sorry, Pear Cinnamon. Oh. All the vents are put into place, getting ready to put the dash back in and start running all the ducting. Then I need to bolt the compressor on, all that stuff. And then once that's in, I'm I'm gonna take the lines over and have them crimped, and we can start charging the system and it's done. I like that this has a heater core in it. That's awesome, because it was 40 degrees this morning for some reason. We got like a 50-degree swing between day and night. So, I mean, we'll need both ends of this just for a day's journey. So I guess we might as well get started on it. It's delicious. Okay, so we're rounding the bend, radiators back in, condensers in, the lines are run here. I've got them marked, but I need to cut them and push them into these fittings and then mark them again so I can take them and get them crimped. Lines are run back. I need to get a different heater hose. I got to get a 5/8 to run from there down to the block. All I got is 3/4 and it'll leak down there at the block like it did when I first put the engine in. But need to put the inner fender in, dryer's hooked up, condensers in, compressor is on, brackets on. I gotta go get a belt for it. They give the different sizes for belts and stuff like that, so that's kind of cool of them for the different applications and everything. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that inner fender in, and then we'll make a trip to the store, get these crimped, get the heater hose, belt, refrigerant. Gonna need that. And I think we're good. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so inner fender's in, lines are cut, run down underneath the airbox. I was going to do straight across, and then I remembered the airbox has got to come across this way, so down underneath the airbox, up, mark the line across, put tape on. You never know when you're dropping these hoses off to people. They may just crimp it on wherever they feel like it, so it'll be facing the wrong direction. The hose will have a twist in it, so I always put a piece of tape and mark a line down through, and then a little bit of alcohol will get this off of the fitting when you're done. But 1 and 2, those are ready to go, so I'll pull them back off, get the heater hose, get those crimped, belt, refrigerant. All right, let's go get my favoriteest truck fired up. Head to the store. Oh, one pump. Smells like gas in here. Weird. Oh. There. That was better. All right, be back in a minute. All right, dropped off the lines to be crimped. They're gonna be there for a little while because the guy that usually does them isn't in yet. That's okay. And they didn't have the belt, so that's coming in an hour or so. So about an hour, hair past a freckle. We'll go get those lines back up, pick up that belt. Other than that, I got the heater hose. We'll throw that in real quick, and then we're gonna dive in under the dash, get all that ducting in. I'm gonna drink some of the sody pop first. By that time, we should be ready to go pick up all that stuff. This kit is a really well thought out kit. It actually goes together really well. It has been my pleasure to suffer through the cuts and such to get this in here. And actually, if you look down in this fender well, you can't do it from over there, you'll have to come over here. And look at all this room we freed up. All this room for a Wu-Tang War whistle. I mean, why would we put one of those on here? But anyways, so it could get a swirly whistler, boosty runner enter there. All this room, look at that. We can put a water box over there. I mean, all this stuff. Whew. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any of that, but we could. There's lots of room. Sinner. I need to tighten that and I can't fit in there. Child. Things are gonna get easier. It's always the wiring I'm not looking forward to. It's just not my thing. It's just not fun. I mean, bless you if you love to wire. You're a special kind of person. It's just not me. I mean, I can do it pretty and everything else, but I don't know. Remember I was saying earlier that the glove box looks like it's not going to fit? Well, it doesn't, and that's why they have this guy. So you take the factory glove box and you're going to cut off the back half of it. Comes with a template for it. Cut off the back half of it. You'll see this later. Don't worry if you get lost. Cut off the back half of it, and then this goes over it so I can clear the air box. It's probably going to only be just deep enough for that registration and maybe a couple of scratchers and stuff like that. I'm going there. Maybe some Monopoly stickers. It is what it is. Rather have cold air. Why do I have to look at instructions? I don't want to look at the instructions. Why? Come on, bro. Just let me do me. Okay, here we go. Be right back. I need to plug this in and run this through, and then we'll plug everything else in and run that through. Guess who's back? Back again. Got my hoses clamped. They're ready to go in. These look nice. They turned out nice. They're ready to go right back in here. Let's pull these plugs off. Eat. Alright, we're still oiled up on the O-rings. Once we get all this in here, then we can finish up running the pressure line and stuff like that, or the pressure switch wire. Just one wire in, one wire out. Because we're not running electric fans. We don't have a wide open throttle kill switch. I'm not doing any of that fancy stuff. So apparently this here pump can run at 10,000 RPM or something like that. So now the crank pulley is quite a bit bigger, but I don't think it doubles the RPM. So I think we will be well within our range there. And Vintage Air seems to have the same thoughts on that. All right, in you go, little fella. I also picked up that belt. I'm gonna chuck that sucker in there. So I got these lines in. I'm gonna tighten them up right now. They came out beautimous. I'm always worried about over torquing these things, which I mean is probably a good concern to have. It's just the fact that they're O-ringed makes me feel like I shouldn't really get after it, you know what I mean? Give it the old, how's your mother, you know? Just a, how's your sister? That's all we should give it. And I will always love you. Oh, thanks, buddy. I love you too. Fun fact of the day, it's impossible to fold a piece of paper in half more than 8 times. If you don't believe me, try it. Additionally, fun fact of the day, you take that same piece of paper and you manage to fold it in half 42 times, it'll reach from the surface of the earth and touch the surface of the moon. I don't know, that's just what they tell me. Look it up. And belt, throw on the belt. Give me that belt. Hopefully this guy's the right size. We followed their little chart, so it should be. It is long. Ouch, that fan is sharp. In case anybody was wondering, it'll lacerate real quick. I need those. Not right now, but I'll need those. It might just be. So it's supposed to go on the back 6 of this, on the back 6 ribs, because it's a 7 rib compressor, and it needs to go on the back 6. Yes. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to zip tie that guy up. He's gonna be in the way now. Sweet. What we needed, now we can throw the shroud back on. Upper radiator hose. Fill it all up. Ew. Oh, it's a flower petal. I'm one of those melodramatic fools. Neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. So, that fun fact of the day earlier with the paper and touching the surface of the moon and surface of the earth. If you know what principle it is that they're using to prove that, shoot me a comment. Love to hear it. Fan shroudy. It's getting shroudy in here, gentlemen and ladies. Can't forget the ladies. Expensive stuff hitting the floor. Home stretch, come on, come on. We won't put the air box on until all that's done. So what we'll do right now is we'll start filling this guy. And then while that's burping out, get that pressure switch done did up. Waste not, want not, gentlemen and ladies. Not exactly what I was looking for. Let's try a little less. Nope, still the same. Maybe if I go one way and one the other way, we'll get it. Nope, well, yeah. Oh. Don't move. Oh! Genius. Just a friggin' genius. I gotta tell you what, man. I seem to remember having to fill this side and then put it on. All right, let's figure out this front here, since all that is run. Okie doke. I think we are now ready to wire that up front. What we got here is a failure to communicate. It's also a pain in the arse, so I'll be right back with you. Oh boy, this is something I did not expect to encounter. Airbox don't fit down in there anymore. This bellow or sound deadener that hangs down here doesn't fit. And that would be a interesting job to block that off. Maybe we can use like a freeze plug or something, chop it off. Let me see what I can figure out. I'm gonna get it to work. I'm gonna try and figure something out. I'll get it to work, relax. Okay, I cut the bottom off and I plugged it. I'm gonna need to seal it and make a better version, but right now I'm trying to see if I got any leaks and burp the system, warm it up, and then see if we can't start charging this, if the pressure switch works, so on and so forth. Need to hook up the accessory inside actually first. No leaks just yet. While this is warming up, and get that accessory hooked in so we can actuate the console. So it's kind of what I figured. I remembered that I had to prime this before it doesn't want to burp. So it starts overheating. So we'll fill it up this way. All right, see if that does the trick. Ooh, child. I think I wasted too much coolant. Ooh, child. It's a lot. Let's give her another go. See what we got. Temp is reading appropriately. See if she starts burping to burp, getting that stuff out of there. So, turned on the heat inside. We are flowing hot water, and the heater is working. And when I say it's working, it is 7,000 degrees in there right now. Now, need to turn on the compressor and start charging this bad boy. See if we can get a kick on. So these compressors come with all the oil that we need. So we just need to charge the system itself. Yeah, there we go. Compressor's on and rolling. Hot side's getting hot. Let's see if we're getting any cold air out of the vents. It's cold. Imagine that. That is awesome. Cold air inside. Now we need to go inside, run all that ducting, put all the dash back together. And then this sucker is ready for some cruises. Should probably swap out that rear gear, maybe the whole differential axle, Maybe I'll take it out of Colonel Sherbert. Some 456s, I think, is what is in it. It's just way too much for that Turbo 400. Way too much. But that's another story for another time. At this point, let's go finish up the inside. Like I said, oh, Martha Faulkner. We're good. God. Oh, it's like caked on. Glued itself on there. Oh, sure is a pretty color though. All right, so all the ducts are in place there. It might be a little hard to see, but there's 4 of them that run up. One over to this vent, middle vent, top vent, and then that one over there. Hooked up the lights to this. Didn't check to see if they dim or not. Oh, they do. That is fancy. Vintage Air's thinking of everything. All right, turn that off. Now it's time to put this dash pad back on. Put all this stuff, I need to get a radio, but put all this stuff back together, and then we gotta cut the glove box, and we are done-ski, I think. Oh. Okay. Okay, here we are, all put back together. I gotta clean up all my tools. This is the glove box modification. So you cut the back side of it off, and then this new back side gets put in. There's still plenty of room in here. I thought it was gonna be way worse than that, but it works, and it's good to go. All right, let's take this thing for a drive. So, I think this is the first time I've driven this truck with these windows up. It's not too bad. There's a little wind noise here and there, but it's not too bad. I actually got the AC turned down almost all the way because it is really cold. It is working really well. So, really excited about that. Happy that everything's doing great. Temperature is doing good down there. Everything is just great. Compressor's kicking on and off. Need to double check the pressures and stuff like that and make sure all the connections are good. But man, it is quiet. It looks factory. I don't know that they could have possibly done it any better. This was a great kit and it works perfectly. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's just exactly what I was hoping for when we got it. All right, less stuff in my garage. Success. Man, this thing did great. Runs great, looks great. Just a real cool kit. All right, that thing's all finished up. Now it's time to get the hell out of here. And before I do end this episode, I want to introduce you to our next project. It's been kind of a surprise for you guys, but it's a early 90s supercar, and I think you guys will really like it.